Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bill the Universe. Today is what is today? Today it's 3:33 in the morning. It's September 10th, and yesterday was the death of Queen Elizabeth. So obviously, I had to look at her chart, and I see a lot of really cool things, and I'm going to be very honest about what I see. Um, so take it or leave it. Here we go. First thing I notice is that her sun is in Aries, specifically the star of Ashvini, and coincidentally, Elizabeth the First, her moon was in this very same placement. So I think that's very interesting as well. Queen Elizabeth, um, like I said, has her sun in the under the star of Ashvini, which is a star in Aries. So she's an Aries sun. So uh, that means she is the first to do a lot of things. She's very successful. That means she's very pioneering. She's very brave. She makes tough decisions. She likes to do things fast and with confidence. She likes to do things wholeheartedly. She makes really good calculated risks. Um, and it also means that she's a successful woman, whether or not she was born into royalty or not. This indicates success with Sun in Aries. Also, remember, Sun is exalted in Aries. So, this is a very successful place for her. Now, I think it's interesting that her Sun is in the fourth house being the homeland. So, that means that her Sun being the homeland means that her public profile, has something to do with her homeland. And the sun being the king or queen, it kind of suggests that she's the king or queen of her homeland. And it's in Aries as well, and Aries is the most successful. Um, so, what a wonderful, what a most convenient placement. Okay, so what else do I notice? The other thing I noticed is that her moon. Oh, one more thing. So her Aries moon is in the fourth pada of Cancer. Okay, so it's in the Cancer. Even though she's a Aries sun, it's in the Cancer Navamsa. So that means that even though she has the balls to be a great leader, and she has the intelligence and the objectivity to make really good executive decisions, being in the fourth Navamsha of Cancer, it means that she still can go home and be mommy. Or she can still, like, she still has that quality in her that she can kick ass at work, because Ashvini can be a very wild and very crude star. This is like I said, this is the star that's in the Ram section of Aries, and it's a very wild and crude star, and it's very good for making executive tough decisions. But it being in the fourth Navamsha of Cancer, it also means that when these people go home, they're mommy, they're daddy, they're caregivers. They're very focused on family. They make a lot of sacrifices for family. They think of the family. They're the ones that like set the rules, and the rules are usually very fair. The rules are very firm, and the rules are very strict. And I'm not sure how loving and warm and gentle it is, but it's a system that's designed to secure the success of the family. And so this is a really good placement for that. Yeah, so her moon is in Virgo. So Virgo is the servant, and what an appropriate placement for the Queen of England, because any leader, whether you're a pastor at a church or whether you're the president of the United States, every leader should be a servant. And Virgo is the sign of the servants. Virgo is the woman with the medicine for you. She is the nurse. Virgo is the teacher. Virgo is even like the waitress. Virgo is, um, the servant, the humble person. People who are heavy Virgo are really not materialistic people, and so it's so appropriate that this um, person who was born into opulence actually has a moon placement that doesn't focus on um, material wealth. So it's in Virgo, specifically the star of Hasta. Oh my God, it's in the exact same placement as me. Girl, no wonder I like really respect her. Okay, so she's a Virgo moon, specifically the star of Hasta in the third Navamsha. I have that exact same moon placement. I'm also a Virgo moon, Hasta star, third Navamsha. That's crazy. Ah, that is so cool. Man, I'm sorry. Anyway, I digress. So it's in Virgo, but specifically the star of Hasta. Hasta is the woman that sacrifices, honestly, her sexuality, the woman that sacrifices her identity, the woman that sacrifices really her dreams and her desires um, for like a greater purpose. Usually, these women are like nuns or, like I said, they're teachers a lot of times, but honestly, they're also like witches too. Like, this is a very psychic placement, actually. This placement is really good for astrologers. Like I said, I have this placement. This is my exact moon placement, and I'm an astrologer. Um, the a lot of these women are, like I said, they're very witches, they're very witchy, like they have very like strong intuition. A lot of them are just straight up psychic. There is literally a lot of like famous witches that have their ascendant or moon or sun in this specific star of Hasta, which is sitting in the constellation of Virgo. Um, and Hasta means hand. So it could mean that she was really, really good with her hands, and it's in the third Navamsha of Gemini. So this could mean that she was a really, really, really good speaker. That she was very clever, very intelligent. That she had a lot of different talents. That she could do a lot of different things. She probably understood different languages really well. She probably picked up information really quickly. She was probably really smart. Mercury rules Virgo, so these women are really like they have like really lean bodies. They're more on the shorter side. Um, they're very cute, especially because Aries Sun is makes the girls very lean, and Virgo Moon makes the girls very feminine, dainty, um, very pretty, soft skin, stuff like that. Um, so her moon is in the ninth house, which is very appropriate. Ninth house is the house of the highest levels, but not in the sense of like CEOs and corporations. The highest levels of consciousness, the highest levels of education, the highest levels of spirituality, and so this means that her moon being in the ninth house is, and especially her being an Aries sun, it means that she kind of was destined to be the highest of something. Even if she was born a pauper, her sun in the fourth house, in Aries, and her moon in the ninth house, even if she was born poor, she would have turned into a really strong, like independent woman with a lot of power through her own means, even if she was born poor, just because of her chart. Her Saturn is in the 11th house. Saturn in the 11th house is really good because the 11th house is house of friendships, and so what this does is Saturn usually restricts. Saturn usually is kind of like malefic, but Saturn is sitting in his natural house of the 11th house. So Saturn is really comfortable here. So this makes these people super, super relatable. This makes these people really easy to talk to. They're not, they can be like the top of the food chain, like socially, but they will be like chill. You know, they can like hang out with different people. They meet all different kinds of people. They are more like they're people who expect and who often experience people who are foreigners and different from different social classes and races. And this is like a heavy placement that she has like a natural affinity for that. Second house is the house of your upbringing and your childhood. She's got Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter is lots of money, lots of blessings, um, lots of education, lots of beauty, and Venus is lots of pleasure, lots of worldly desires, lots of worldly comforts. So we know she grew up in the royal family, so this makes total sense. Also, she's got Mars in the second house. Mars is very violent. While there was no violence in her home, she did she was active in World War II when she was very young. So that also makes sense, and that was a very defining moment in her life. Um. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. Of course, I could go on and on and on and on and on, but I think this is about it. All right, guys.